My computer or computer. My computer, as is known in Windows XP, or computer, as is known in Windows 7, is a location, or it is your physical computer. My computer or computer contains all of your devices that are assembled to make your computer. For example, if we go to Start and we go to Computer, we're going to see what it is made of. We have a C drive, a floppy disk drive, and a CD drive. If we were to insert an iPod or a flash drive or USB flash drive or a printer, we could actually see them here depending on the device. So if you want to browse for a file within your computer, you just go to Start, click Computer, and then go to the C drive. On the C drive you have all these folders where data is organized. Program files contains all the data for your applications. These applications come installed by the manufacturer, or you can install them like we did install, or like we will install applications later on. For example, Windows is where the entire Windows operating system resides. These are very important files, and if you delete some of these files, you may render your operating system unusable. Another way to find information about your computer is to right-click on Computer or My Computer, as is illustrated for the Windows XP operating system. Go to Start and right-click, and from the pop-up menu select Properties. Here in Windows 7 you're going to find out that it's more information than before, and to access different settings of your computer you have to use the left hand side toolbar. So if we look here, we can find out that the system, it's a 32-bit system or a 32-bit operating system, and it has 512 megabytes of RAM, and it has a quad-core CPU. There's also other information that becomes available depending on how you use your computer. So we can click on the advanced system settings to change or view the advanced system settings. And we can see the computer name, which is user PC, and we can change the computer name, and we can join it to a domain. This is used for companies where they join their computers to a domain, and IT professionals do this at home to experiment. Hardware. This is a very important piece of the computer because we can see the device manager. The device manager lists all the devices that are joined to form your computer into a seamless workstation. For example, we have the CPU here, or we have the sound card, or we have the USB drivers or USB drives, display adapters, CD and DVD ROMs, floppy drives, human interface devices, which would be mouse and keyboard. For example, if you want to uninstall a device from your computer, you select the device and you right click on it and you select uninstall. Going to the advanced tab, we can see the performance, which affects the visual effects, processor scheduling, memory usage, and virtual memory. Here we can adjust the settings for best performance or best appearance or custom. But if your computer seems slow, you might want to disable all these or just adjust for best performance, and you'll get a faster computer. To manage your computer, just right click and select Manage. You will open the Computer Management Console, which presents far more details about your computer that can be altered and changed. With the Task Scheduler, you can schedule tasks to reoccur or recur periodically. The Event Viewer shows events that happen on your computer. Shared folders shows the shares that you have enabled on your computers and live sessions or connections that are going on at that specific time. Local users and groups. Users are all the user accounts enabled or created on this computer. As you can see, the user account exists here as well as guest and administrator. Both of these user accounts are disabled, and we can recognize that by the arrow pointing down. We also have user groups. Most of these groups are used for administration, and you can add any user account to each of these groups, which grants the user certain privileges. As you can see in the administrator properties group, we only have the administrator user account and the user account. Performance enables us to create performance checkups or performance pointers. Device manager presents all the devices within your computer. Disk management presents the disk drive and its partitions. As you can see, we have disk 0, which has 2 partitions: the C drive, which contains everything, and the boot partition. It's a system reserved partition by Windows 7. And we also have the CD-ROM with the DVD inside. If you would have a secondary disk, you can use the disk management console to partition it and activate the partitions. Services and applications. The services console contains all the services that are available in Windows 7. These are all the services available and installed in Windows 7, but not all of them are running. You can also disable them or stop them as you wish. For example, we can take out the print spooler. This service is responsible for spooling files that are supposed to be printed on your printer. It transforms the computer language to the printer language. If we double click on the service, you can see that the startup type is automatic, and you can change this to manual, but is not recommended unless you know you don't have a printer, or you can disable the service to not start at all, and it cannot even be manually started unless you enable it or put it on manual. You also have the option to start, stop, pause, and resume the service as a different user account. Recovery of the service and dependencies. The dependencies shows us on which other services this service is dependent.